Hi and welcome to Re-Energise Beach Yoga. My name is Max and today we'll be practicing from beautiful Manly Beach. I'll remind you that yoga is not just about flexibility and if you can touch your toes or bend a certain way, but yoga can be as simple as connecting the mind and the body through breath. Okay, so we use our breath to slow down our mind, slow down our body. And the reason is that we live in such busy lives that our mind is constantly busy. We're getting stressed, and then a stressed mind will affect our body, and then we're going to have a stressed body or aches and pains, or also the fact that we're sitting all day often and for many hours a day, 5, 10, sometimes even more than 10 hours a day. So obviously your body's not meant to sit for that long. So that's why yoga is a good exercise to re-energize, slow down the mind and the body. Okay, so today we're going to practice. We're going to start with yoga therapy. So we're going to do 5 to 10 minutes of yoga therapy. And yoga therapy, or a warm-up, basically what we do is we warm up body parts that are used during the yoga asanas or postures or flows. We start from top to bottom, so we'll warm up our neck, warm up our shoulders, our wrists, our hips, lower back, ankles, and all the different parts. So by the time we actually jump into our yoga asanas, postures, or flows, then we're ready to go, our body's ready to go. A lot of new yogis get injured different places because of jumping in yoga too quickly, or even people that have been practicing for a long time can also get injured over years, the wrists, the shoulders, and whatnot. So yoga therapy to start with, we're going to do some asanas and postures, standing postures, sitting postures. We're going to do some flows, and then we're going to finish with the really relaxing shavasana. And the reason is to re-energize the mind as we don't fall asleep, but we just chill, relax, meditate, and then we come back to being re-energized again and go on with our day. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get moving into our yoga therapy first. And what you'll notice too is we're at the beach, and I love being at the beach. So yes, there might be a bit of sand on the yoga mat, and it's not as level as it would be in a studio, but it's the experience of being outside on a beautiful beach. Okay, so we're going to start our yoga therapy, and we're going to start with our neck. So I'll remind you, with yoga, it's really important that when we breathe through the nose, and use 3 to 4 breaths as you inhale and exhale. So we breathe in through the nose. To give you an example, breathe in 3 to 4 breaths, and then breathe out 3 to 4 breaths. And you can close your eyes, which I often do to relax as you do it. So basically you can connect your mind and your body easier when your mind is closed, when your eyes are closed, and you can actually feel your body. Okay, so really important, through the nose, 3 to 4 breaths for each movement. Okay, we're going to start with our neck. We're going to start looking left. We're going to breathe in and start moving to the left and back. Slowly, really feel your neck. And back to center. One more to the left. And back to center. Right. Back to center. Now we're going to do circles. So we're going to bring our head to our head to the left as we breathe in, and start doing your circles from the bottom as you breathe in, and then over to the top as you breathe out, and one more. Breathe in, lower circle, and breathe out, top half. Okay, we're going to come back to center, go to the other side, right side. Breathe in as you start. And one more. Okay, and back to center. Another important part is shoulders. When we're down dog or up dog, a lot of pressure on the shoulders. So what we're going to do now, we're just going to bring our hands out wide. Just start with little circles. You can relax your knees. Close your eyes. Breathe. And then start making your circles a little bigger. Really connect with your shoulders. Beautiful. Now we come back to center. Slow circles, come back to center and stop. Now we go the other way. Towards the back. Small circles. Remember the breath. What you'll notice is as you start focusing on the breath, you stop focusing on everything around it. So it calms your mind, calms your body. Okay, and back to center. So now we're going to work on hips and lower back. So lower back first. This is a really basic one, but a good one to start. So we breathe in, we extend our hands up. We breathe out, we just bend from the lower back down, and you can just come down or touch the ground if you can. You bend your knees, keep it easy, and breathe, and then breathe in, come back up. Look up, stretch, and breathe out, come back down. Up again. And down. And back up from the lower back again. Okay, now we're going to go and do our hips. One that many of us has done a lot of times in the past, and a really good one. So really use your breath, close your eyes, and really feel your body, your hips. And you'll notice it might be different. One morning might be easier than another. Other way. And you might find that one side's a bit different than the other as you twist. And especially if you end up on uneven sand, like at a beautiful beach like Manly Beach here today. Okay. Now lower back's a little warmed up. The hips have been warmed up a bit. Now a bit more hip movement. So we're going to breathe in. Right knee up. Breathe out, out. And down. Again. And down. And it's okay to lose your balance. Up. Out. And down. And now we're going to go out. And back in. Out. Breathe out. Okay, we're going to do the left side. Oh, I can really feel the left side not opening up as much as the right side. And that's okay, and that's why we always do everything on both sides in yoga. And now out and in. And one more. Okay, one more for the lower back. Again, a lot of people have lower back issues because of sitting a lot. Okay, now so we spread the legs apart, not too far apart, but enough. What we're going to do is we're going to bend from the lower back. So you breathe in, bend from the lower back, we'll stay here. Now we breathe out. Breathe in, extend your hands. And out. And now we're going to start twisting. So as we breathe in, we bring our left hand to our right toes and we look up. And breathe out, come to the other side. Breathe in, look up. And out. Other side. In, look up. Out. Side. Breathe in, look up. And breathe out, back to center. Breathe in, rise up, slowly lower back, using your lower back. And breathe out, come back to center. So now our hips and lower back, a little warmed up. Now another very important part, our knees. Okay, our knees are very important. So just a little twists as we breathe. Other way. Okay, so we're going to bring them apart. Same thing. In and out, from in to out. Again, close your eyes, use your breath. Listen to the waves. You're practicing from beautiful Manly Beach today. Outside. Other way. And what happens when you practice at the beach is anything can happen. It could be some construction, could be some noise, people walking, dogs coming. But hopefully you can just relax. Okay, come together. Another important part are ankles. Ankles, obviously, feet and ankles are very important. That's why we're going to warm them up. So we're going to breathe in, raise your right foot a little bit off the ground. And breathe out, start making circles. And I can really feel I've got little aches and pains in my ankles, so I'm giving them a bit more love than usual. Other way. And again, this will challenge your balance, also just standing on the left leg. Okay, we're going to put it down. Breathe in, raise your left leg, same thing. Oops. Nice little circles. And the other way. Okay, and the last bit, our toes. Toes are very important because they help us keep the balance. The arches are very important, obviously, to help us keep the balance. So what we're going to do, toes and arches important. So what we're going to do is, as we breathe in, you're going to raise your toes and spread them and hold. And then release. And again. And release. Okay. The other bit is you're gonna bend your toes, and then you're just gonna put your toes down to the ground, and then put a little pressure and do little circles as you breathe in, and go the other way. Okay, back to center. Left foot. Tuck your toes under, apply a little pressure, and start rotating. And the other way. Okay, so this is it for our yoga therapy or warm-up. And now our body is really ready to jump into any different positions, but we still ease it in. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go on all fours, tabletop. Might just clean a bit of the sand. Okay, tabletop. So now make sure your shoulders are over your wrists, your hips over your knees. And what we're going to do here is we're going to do a cat-cow. So as you breathe in, you're going to not just lift your neck, but you're going to raise your chest up. So you breathe in, 3 to 4 seconds. and breathe out. So here, as you breathe out, you curve your spine as much as you can, slowly. Breathe in, chest up. Out. One more. Breathe in. Out. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to just stretch your shoulders a little bit. So we're going to raise your left arm as we breathe in, look up. Some people will have a better range of motion than others. And then as you breathe out, you're going to thread the needle, your arm through, under, and we're going to have 2 breaths here. Come back to center as you breathe in. Breathe out. Same thing with the right side. Breathe in, raise your arm slowly, look up. And as you breathe out, thread the needle and relax. Close your eyes here. Last breath, breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center slowly. Breathe out. Now we're going to stretch, do some extension, extending your spine. As we breathe in, left arm out, right leg out. Stretch. Breathe in. And breathe out. Same thing again. Other side. Right arm, left leg. Breathe in. Stretch. One more. And the left side. Right arm, left leg, and bring it back down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a first down dog. Okay, so from tabletop, you're going to tuck your toes, raise your knees, raise your hips slowly. So we're going to stretch it out quite a bit. So we're going to start by just walking your dog. Okay, just raising your heels, left heel, right heel. Your heels don't have to be on the ground when you do a down dog. So now what we're doing is, as we're walking your dog, we're working at warming up her calves slowly, and then you start extending a bit more and feeling your hamstrings more. Then as you starting to feel better and better, you tuck your pelvis in, and just like someone is just pulling you up, and you really, yes, you stick your bum out like no one's looking and no one cares, because yoga is all about you. It's not a competition. It's all about you on your mat and enjoying. Then once you've done that, so that will stretch your lower back, and then you can slowly make sure your fingers are wide apart to keep a good balance, and then you can slowly start looking back at your belly buttons. Look at your knees, and then you can look at your belly button. Make sure your elbows, your shoulders are away from your ears, and then you get into a steady position once you're ready. Again, the heels don't have to be on the ground. You can have bent knees, whatever feels good for you.
2 breaths here. Okay, next breath. As we breathe in, we're going to raise our right leg up in the air at the back, and we're going to take 3 to 4 breaths to do that. So breathe in, raise slowly. And you're going to hold and try to keep your shoulders leveled for 1 breath. Now as you breathe in, we're going to tiger curl. So you breathe in, bring your knee in, out, again in, tiger curl. Really bring your knee to your chest, and out. 1 more, and out. And what we're going to do here on the next breath is we're going to open up our hip. So we're actually going to bring your ankle near our bottom, and then open up and try to keep straight. Don't open up your hip too much, but just try to keep your shoulders level. That's opening up the hip, the right hip. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in, come back to center, and breathe out. You can put your right leg back down. 1 breath here. Breathe in and out. Same thing, left side. Breathe in, raise the left leg slowly. Breathe out. Next breath, we're going to tiger curl. So breathe in and out. Stretch back out. Stretch. In and out. 1 more. In and out. Okay, breathe in, bring your ankle to your bum, and then open up. Try to keep your shoulders straight. Breathe in. Breathe out. In, come back to center. Breathe out, put your leg back down. Breathe in. Breathe out, we're going to have a child's pose, so you can have your knees wider than your hips, and slowly bring your chest to the ground or towards the ground. Mine won't go all the way down. Okay, and it's okay. Again, yoga is not just about flexibility. The people that are very flexible sometimes just relax into it and basically don't have to work as much, whereas if you're not as flexible, you need to work more and really be attentive to your body. 2 breaths. One more. And out. Okay, breathe in. We're going to come back into a tabletop. Breathe out. Breathe in, tuck your toes. Raise your knees and pelvis up to a down dog. Okay, 2 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, as you breathe in the next breath, we're going to start walking slowly towards the front of our mat. And here we're going to do a first halfway lift as we breathe in. So we raise halfway lift from the lower back. Breathe in, and we look forward. We don't look up too much. And as we breathe out, we bow. Might not be a deep bow, the first one. You can bend your knees, that's good as well. Breathe in, halfway lift again. Breathe out, bow. A little deeper if you can. Should feel a little more flexible now. Breathe. So the next breath, what we're going to do as we breathe in, we're going to interlace our fingers behind our back. And breathe out, we're going to forward bend, and then we're going to try to bring our arms as high as we can behind our back. Close our eyes. You can bend your knees, keep them straight, and relax. 3 breaths here. Okay, last breath out. Okay, breathe in. And then just relax, bow. Now breathe in, raise your arms to the side of your body and bring your upper body slowly back up. Look up. And bow from your lower back. Now breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, we're going to bring our left leg back and then a right leg back, and then get into a plank. First plank. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrists, not too much forward, not too much backward. Spread your fingers to have more of a base, a balance. You can put your knees on the ground if it's easier for you. Again, yoga is not a competition. Okay, I'm just going to hold here for 2 breaths. You can close your eyes, focus on your breath. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, come down slowly all the way down. Make sure your elbows are against your body. Now we're going to do some little back bends. So we're going to do Cobra first. So as you breathe in, you're going to raise, without using your hands, just raise your chest. And breathe out, down. Now we're going to use our hands a little more into a Cobra. So breathe in, raise your chest. Breathe out. You're going to start feeling your hip flexors there. Breathe in. We're going to go a little higher, still using our hands into a Cobra. And breathe out, lower down slowly. Okay, next one's going to be our first upward facing dog if you can. So you're going to make sure your toes are untucked. You're going to straighten your knees, and as you breathe in, your legs will come off the ground and you look forward. Don't look up too high, just enough. And we'll have another breath here, so breathe in. And then as we breathe out, you start raising your hips up, untuck your toes, back into a down dog. And out. Okay, as we're going to breathe in and walk slowly to the front of your mat. Okay, and now you're going to, as you breathe in, halfway lift and bow. And then raise your arms to the side as you breathe in.
all the way up. And then as you breathe out, bring your hands to your heart center. Breathe in. And breathe out, just bring your hands to the side. Just relax. Okay, so now we're just going to do some sun A's or salutations just to warm up a bit our flow. So we're in the mountain pose, just relaxing pose. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in, raise your hands up. Breathe out, bow from the lower back. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, you're going to bring the left leg back into a plank, right leg back, and then as you breathe out, lower all the way down. Chaturanga Dandasana, and then Cobra or Up Dog as you breathe in. And then tuck your toes. Breathe out into a down dog. Breathe in, raise your right leg and bring it to the front of your mat to a lunge. And then bring your left leg and then breathe out and bow. Halfway lift. As you breathe in, breathe out, bow. Breathe in, raise your arms on the side. Breathe out, bow from your lower back forward. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, now start with the leg, right leg back, left leg back. Breathe out, lower all the way down slowly. Breathe in, Up Dog or Cobra. Breathe out, untuck your toes, raise your hips to a down dog. Breathe in, raise your left leg and bring it to forward. And then your right leg to breathe in a halfway lift. Breathe out, bow. Breathe in, raise your hands to the side of your body. And bow from your lower back. Okay, we're going to do one more, but we're going to jump instead of just moving your feet back and forth. So we're going to breathe in, halfway lift. As we breathe out, you're going to put your hands on the ground and you're going to jump into a plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower slowly. In Cobra or Up Dog. Breathe out, untuck your toes. Down Dog. And now as we breathe in, we bend our knees, we look forward and we jump. And then we breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow. Breathe in, raise all the way up. And bring your hands back to the heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out, bring your hands on the side of your body and relax for a breath. Okay, that was a warm-up flow. Now we're ready to get into a bit of another flow and standing posture. So we're going to breathe in and raise our hands. Breathe out, bow all the way down from your lower back. Breathe in, halfway lift. Now as you breathe out, you're going to put your hands down and you're going to jump back, or left leg, right leg back into a plank, and you're going to breathe out, lower all the way down. Breathe in, Cobra or Up Dog.
breathe out, untuck your toes, down dog. Breathe in, rise your right leg up slowly. Breathe out through, bring your right leg through your hands into our first crescent lunge. Now crescent lunge, make sure your knee is over your ankle, your hips are straight, your back leg can be bent or straight if it's easier for you. Could even be on the ground if it's easier for you. So this straight, bend straight. Your arms are up, shoulders away from your ears. So, and then you're looking up, not too much, but enough. And it's a bit more challenging on the sand too. So now raise your shoulders up, bring them down and relax. Now start looking up and relaxing. Breathe in and out. Now as you breathe in, breathe out into a warrior two. So you pivot your left foot at the back, turn, keep your leg pointing forward, arms out, make sure you're not leaning forward or back, and then once you're feeling good, you can start looking at your fingertips. Again, make sure your knee is not past your ankle, and your back leg, your quads activated, your foot, your outside of your foot is strong in supporting the weight. Then you look forward and you relax. Make sure your knee is pointing forward and not in. And to do that, what you can do is you raise your toes, and it helps you making sure you're pointing forward, and then you can put your toes down. 2 breaths here. Breathe in and out. 1 more. Breathe in and out. Next breath, as you breathe in, you're going to reverse your palm, and we're going to reverse your warrior. You're going to stay as low as you're currently out, and you're going to start looking back at your back foot, or just close your eyes. Breathe in, out, breathe in, out. Now as you breathe in, you're going to bring your right hand down, and you can put your right hand on your knee, but don't rest. Okay, so you can put your right hand here, keep your leaf forward, straight leg, and then we try to have a nice straight line with your body. Okay, so you can relax. You can let your hand be here. We should have a block. You can have a block and put it there. Okay, but you don't want to lean forward, so you just want to stay up. Okay, so we're going to breathe in, 2 breaths, and out. Breathe in, hold as you breathe out. Now as you breathe in, you're going to bring your left leg to the ground. You're going to pivot your back toe, and you're going to raise your right hand and look up. Reverse twist. One more breath, breathe in. Breathe out. On your next breath, you're going to bring your left hand to the middle of your mat. And you're going to bring your right leg to the back into a side plank. Now, make sure your shoulder is above your wrist. Your fingers are apart for balance. You can have your knee on the ground if that's easier for you, or just have a side plank. And you can play with your plank as well. You can raise your back leg if you want, or you can just leave it down. One more breath, breathe in. Then look up. And out. Now as you breathe in, we're going to come into a wild thing. You're going to put your foot down behind you. Raise your pelvis and look back and extend. Breathe in. Out. One more breath. Breathe in. And hold, breathe out. Breathe in, raise your right hand up. Bring your foot back around. Your right hand back down into a plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower all the way down. Keep your elbows against your body. Breathe in. Untuck your toes, down dog, up dog or cobra. Breathe out. Down dog. Okay, 2 breaths here. So that was the right side. Breathe out. One more breath before we do the right side, the left side. Breathe in. And out. Okay, now let's do the left side. And you might see it might be a bit different. So breathe in, left leg up. Breathe out. Bring your left leg through the first crescent lunge. Again, knee above ankle. Back leg be bent straight. Straight hips, shoulders. Breathe in, raise your shoulders up. Breathe out, relax them. 2 breaths here. Woo, the wind. And it's okay to lose your balance. You can be a bit more up. Eventually what you want to do is be down quite a bit. Okay, breathe in. And we're going to twist into a warrior 2. Okay, try to keep your core straight. And then look at your fingertips. Make sure your knees are not in too much. Straight. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. You'll notice your quads are working and your ankle and your feet are working as well to keep steady. Breathe in and out. Breathe in. Reverse your palm, stay low, and reverse your warrior. Look at your back foot. 2 breaths. Breathe in. And out. One more, breathe in. Hold as you breathe out. Breathe in. Bring the left arm on you, elbow on you, the left knee, and then straight. Okay, again, don't rest. Keep a nice straight line. Breathe in. Out. Breathe in. And hold as you breathe out. Breathe in, bring your right hand down. Twist your back foot. Breathe in, look up. 2 breaths. Reverse twist. Reverse ankle twist. And out. One more breath. Breathe in. Hold as you breathe out. Breathe in. Bring your right hand in the middle of your mat. Left leg swings across. You can have your knee on the ground or into a plank. Again, make sure your elbow is above your wrist. Spread your fingers for balance. And then you can look up. One more breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. We're going to go into a wall thing. So you breathe in. Put your left foot on the ground. Raise your hips. Stretch your left hand and look back. Nice extension. Quite a bit of weight on your shoulder. Make sure your shoulder is still above your wrist. One more breath. Breathe in. Hold as you breathe out. Breathe in. Raise your left arm up. Breathe out. You're going to swing your leg around. We're going back into a plank. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower all the way down. Breathe in, up dog or cobra. Breathe out, down dog. And then as you breathe in, put your knees on the ground, a bit wider than your hips. And we're going to do a child's pose for 3 breaths. Breathe in. And out. You may notice that this child's pose might be a bit easier or different than the first one we did before. Breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. Out. Okay, as we breathe in, we're going to come into a tabletop. Breathe out. As we breathe in, we're going to tuck our toes and come into a down dog. Breathe out. Okay, breathe in. We're going to raise our right leg up slowly. Breathe out. Bring your hands through your hands into a crescent lunge. We've done this before. Breathe out into a warrior 2. Oops, knee. Breathe in. Reverse your palm. Reverse warrior. And now, a bit of balancing. Breathe out. As we breathe in, we go into a half moon. It's a bit harder on the sand. Okay, so try to just breathe. Breath will try to keep your balance. Could have a block here. You can put your hand on the ground. It's easier for you. Okay, so we'll breathe in. Breathe out. We lower the left foot slowly down to the Kasana. So keep a nice line. Okay, again, knee over ankle. Breathe in and look forward. Breathe out. Breathe in, bring your hands forward, interlace your thumbs. Breathe in as you arch back. And then you breathe out to warrior 2. Breathe in reverse. Breathe out, come all the way down. And then bring your right leg. Exhale, down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. One breath here. Breathe in, raise the left leg, left side now. Breathe out, leg through your hand to crescent lunge. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in, reverse. And breathe out into half moon. Again, you could put your hands on the ground or a block. If you look up, you can start looking up. It's always a challenge. And you may lose your balance, and that's okay. One more breath, breathe in. Breathe out. Bring the right leg back down slowly to the Kasana. Breathe in, bring your thumbs together at the front. The opposite way you had before. Breathe in, reverse, back bend. Breathe out, warrior two. Breathe in, reverse. Breathe out all the way down. Breathe out slowly in Cobra or Up Dog. Breathe out. Untuck your toes. Down dog. 2 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Next breath, as you breathe in, bend your knees, look forward and jump to the front of your back. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, bow. As deep as you can. Breathe in, raise your hands, side of your body. All the way up. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just relax your hands. One breath here. Close your eyes and breathe out. Okay, so we've got a bit of flow, a bit of asana. So what we're going to do now is standing poses. And I like this one's a good stretch, so dancer's pose. Right hand out behind. Rise your right leg, bend your knees. Grab the inside of your foot. And then you bring your knee as high, your leg as high as you can on the back side. And then you reach forward as much as you can. Some very flexible people can bring their leg way up and also catch the leg with the front arm. But this is good for me. And then you pick a spot on the ground where you can really focus to not lose your balance, and then you breathe. 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. So really find your calves working here. Last breath, breathe in. And breathe out gracefully. Woo! Too quick. Come back to the other side. Breathe in, left arm out. Raise your leg. So breathe in and breathe out. Again, just focus on the point on the ground. Raise your leg as high as you can in the back. Whoops. It's okay to lose your balance. If you do lose your balance, just come back with breath. Just try again.
2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out slowly. Okay. So now you're just going to spread your legs just 45 degrees. Breathe in, reach up. Okay, and then you're going to breathe. As you breathe out, you're going to come into a deep squat. Hands together. You're going to put your elbows against your knees. So what you're trying to do here is you're trying to push your knees out with your elbow. Try to keep a straight spine and not rolled forward. And then you can close your eyes. 3 breaths here. Listen to the ocean. It's beautiful. There's a bit of construction going on next door, but nothing we can do. We're at the beach, we're outside, it's beautiful. 1 more breath. Breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so we're going to continue breathing. We had a bit of a issue with water coming up our mat, our equipment, so we had to readjust our position. And this is what I love about beach yoga, is that you never know what's going to happen, and you might even get a little wet like I did. Anyway, and you might see a block that reappeared, magically appeared. Okay, so last breath in. Breathe in and out. Breathe in and bring your hands closer to on the ground, and then what you can do is you squeeze your knees into your elbows to come in a cobra pose, where you can lift one leg and then lift the other leg up. Okay, and hold, or you can actually bring your knees behind your triceps and lean forward into a bakasana. Oops. Okay, and hold. So we'll hold for 2 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. And we're going to come down slowly. Okay, you're going to come up to the front of your mat. You're going to breathe in and raise your hands all the way up. And breathe out into a chair pose. And again, the chair pose, you can tilt your hips in and look up. 3 breaths. Okay, breathe in. Lower. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower. Breathe in. Breathe out even lower. Breathe in. And breathe out, come into a seated position. And then breathe in into a high boat. Now, a high boat might be challenging, especially at a beach. The sand is not always leveled, but it's so beautiful. Okay, so now you can either bend your knees, straighten your legs, straighten your arms. Okay, you can grab your toes for the people that are really flexible. Okay, so up. Breathe in. Breathe out, low boat. Slowly come down. Breathe in, high boat. Breathe out, low boat. Breathe in, high boat. And hold. Breathe in. And breathe out, come all the way down slowly. Breathe in and bring your knees against your bottom. Here. Okay, we're going to do back bends now. So what we're going to do is we're going to do cobra. We're going to do a bridge. So you can have your arms straight out as you breathe in and raise. And then if you want, you can stay like this, or you can interlace your fingers behind your back, and you can just move a little bit to have your shoulder blades, basically to be on your shoulder blades, and keep on raising your hips and relax your head. 3 breaths here. Listen to the ocean, it's beautiful. And make sure you keep your knees in as well. Okay, breathe in. Breathe out all the way down slowly. 1 breath here. We're going to do one more. You have a choice of doing a wheel if it's in your practice, or we're going to do this one with the leg up. So we'll breathe in as we rise up. Breathe in. You can interlace your fingers and move onto your shoulder blades. Okay. Breathe in, raise your right leg and hold and breathe. Last breath in. Lower the right leg down as you breathe out. Breathe in, raise the left leg up and hold. And remember to keep your hips up. Breathe. The harder it gets, the more you have to breathe. 1 more breath in. And lower all the way down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to just rise up. We breathe in, rise your upper body up. Nice sitting position. You can actually raise yourself up. Make sure you have your pelvis, and you can just be 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a forward bend. You can have your knees bent. Okay, so as we'll breathe in, you're going to rise up, rise your hands up. Ooh, water coming up. Breathe out and lean forward. You can grab your toes or your feet, but what I want to do here is I want to extend the lower back. So instead of just rounding in, I want you to breathe in and extend, lengthen the lower back. Okay, so it's not about bringing the chest to the knees, but it's just about extending. Okay, so breathe in, breathe out, go a little lower, breathe in, out, a little lower, last one, breathe in, breathe out, lower, okay, breathe in, rise up. And then what you can do is you can just go on your lower back, on your back, and start rocking back and forth. Give your back a little massage. And then what you're going to do is we're going to roll into a chair position. Okay, ready? And off we go. Chair, bring the hips back in. Woo, the wind. Look up and hold. Breathe in, stand up. Breathe out, bow all the way down. Breathe in, halfway lift. And breathe out. Put your hands down, back into plank. All the way down, breathe out. Chaturanga Dandasana.
up cobra or up dog. And untuck your toes into a down dog. 2 breaths here. Breathe in. Breathe out. 1 more. In. And out. Okay, we're gonna work on our hips now. Open up the hips with pigeon. Love pigeon. It's so good for you, especially if you sit a lot. Okay, so as we breathe in, we're gonna raise the right foot up slowly. And then as we breathe out, we're gonna bring it through. Here we can have it 90 degrees for the really flexible people. Okay, if not, it's okay to just be 45 degrees or any way that you want your leg. And importantly, stretch your leg back. Really stretch it back and try to be as straight as possible. Okay, now this is where a block is really good, or a towel if you want. If you're not as flexible and you won't be touching the ground, it's good to put a block, okay, just to make sure you don't get injured. So what I might do is just put block just here, okay, so it can support myself here. And then I'm just going to breathe in and rise up and breathe out. Lean forward. You can come on your elbows if you want. This might be good for you. Just going to move back a little bit. Okay, so I'm on my stretching beautifully, and then I might just go all the way down. Okay, and what you do here, pigeon is really good to do about 1 minute to 2 minutes, because it will really work on your hip flexors and just the whole joint, and slowly loosen things up a little bit. A lot of us, as I said previously, spend a lot of time sitting. You know, we might be commuting in the morning to go to work, and then we're sitting at an office all day, and then we're commuting back, then we're having dinner, and then we may watch a bit of TV or socialize with people still sitting down. So we can end up sitting down 10, 12, 14 hours a day. So this is why opening the hips is so important. And this one, the pigeon, is a very good one. The fascia around the hip area just needs to be loosened up a little bit. Okay, 1 breath in and out. Next breath in, we come up slowly. Back straight up as you were before. Okay, I'm going to remove the block. And then what you're going to do is just tuck your back foot and then just bring your leg back into your down dog. You might need to walk your dog a little bit here just to loosen that hip area. Then we'll have 1 breath in and out. Okay, left side. Rise your left foot as you breathe in. And then breathe out, bring it through. Okay, again, it can be 90 degrees or 45 degrees. Okay. I'll put for me, I put a block, straighten the leg. Okay, at the back, straighten the leg back. Nice, and I can really feel, actually I feel my hips on this side, and I can feel opening my hips, my hip flexor on the right side, which is really good. Both sides are working. So again, stabilize, feel comfortable, breathe in, close your eyes, breathe in, raise your hands up, and breathe out. come down into your elbows. Oh, I'm gonna shift back a bit. Should be at the back of the mat. Sorry. Okay. And then I can just slowly. You can put your hands forward straight if you like. Just relax. Again, this is one that we relax into, and we don't fight against it. And the way we do that is again by breath. So remember to breathe 3 to 4 seconds as you breathe in through the nose, and as you breathe out through the nose. Connect your mind, your body, your hips, wherever you're feeling a little pain or needs a bit of attention, give it a little love, little breath. Breathe in and out. Relax. Continue breathing. Okay, as you breathe in your next breath, you're going to start rising up slowly. Remove your block if you're using a block. And you're going to bring your right leg around into a sitting position. And now we're going to go into our inversion. So for an inversion, you have a few choices. You can actually just go on your back, raise your legs. Ooh, bit of sand falling. Oh, I gotta love the beach. Just like this, that's fine. If you've got a block, you can also use a block and put it just here below your bum on your lower back there, very lower back. And then you can have it this way, or you can actually raise it just a little higher, or you can have a supported inversion, which you support with your hands, okay, or you can go all the way to a shoulder stand. Okay? So shoulder stand, be very careful for your neck. Don't look sideways. Make sure the weight is on your shoulders and not your neck. Try to bring your shoulders in as much as possible, and then relax and breathe. 3 breaths. Breathe in. Breathe in. Out. And if you can, depending on which position you're in, you might have to remove your block and whatnot, but just breathe in and start lowering your legs over your head, and you can bring your arms down to balance. And really, this is a really nice extension or stretch for the back. Feels really good. Gravity does the work. Have your eyes closed. Breathe in. Breathe out. In. And as you breathe out, start lowering down slowly. Again, yoga is never a race. So the slower, often the better, with breath. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do a little twisting. So you're going to breathe in, bring your right knee into your chest. Give it a nice squeeze and straighten that left leg. That feels really good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now as you breathe in, you're going to grab your left hand onto your right knee. You're going to just twist a little on the side and bring your leg down. Bring your lower body to the left, and you're going to turn your upper body opposite direction to the right. And let gravity do the work. 3 breaths here. And try to keep your left leg as straight as possible. And relax. Breathe. As you breathe in, bring your knee back. Come back to center and bring your leg back down as you breathe out. Left leg, bring your knee in. Squeeze and straighten your right leg. Oh, that feels good. Breathe in and out. Breathe in, you're going to put your right hand on your left knee. Just do a little twist of the hips to the right. Then lower as you breathe out, your lower body to the right and your upper body to the left. A nice belly twist. Let the gravity do the work. Close your eyes. Breathe. Listen to the ocean. This is what mindfulness is about. Mindfulness is about being present. Not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, but just being here. And we use our breath to connect the mind and the body so we can do just that for mindfulness. Okay, breathe in. Start coming back to center. Breathe out. Lower your leg all the way, your left leg all the way back down. Now we're going to breathe in and bring both knees in. Give it a squeeze. And breathe out into a happy baby. So grab your feet with your hands if you can. Or you can grab your shin. Feet like a baby. Like a happy baby. And then you push into your hands. It's a really nice lower back stretch. Oh, beautiful. And remember to breathe. And as you breathe, you can straighten the right leg as you breathe in, and then bring it back in. Breathe in, straighten the left leg. And back in. You can breathe in and straighten both legs. And bring it back in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And release everything. Bring your legs back down, your arms back down. Spread your legs wide, spread your arms wide. And we're coming into a well-deserved Shavasana. And Shavasana is where we relax and re-energize. A Shavasana is not physically demanding, but can be mentally demanding, because a lot of people just, with the busy mind, start thinking and thinking. This is where you let go. Just sink into the ground, sink into the sand, and just let go. Let go, be mindful, be here now. Just focus on your breath for the next few minutes and let go. can start moving your fingers and your toes. Slowly start putting some energy back in your body. Little movement, start slow. You can move your hands and your ankles. Then you can stretch your hands above your head, arms above your head, your legs, stretch your legs. And as you breathe in, curl in into a little baby on the side, on the right side or the left side, whatever feels good for you. Keep your eyes closed. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in and raise yourself back into a sitting position, but keep your eyes closed. Put your hands on your knees, straighten your upper body. Breathe in and out. One more, breathe in and out. Breathe in, raise your hands to your heart center. Breathe out. One more, breathe in. Breathe out. Bring your hand to your third eye center, just above your eyes. Breathe in. Thank you for joining me today for a beautiful practice at Manly Beach. And I hope you have a great day. Namaste.